Let's fight. Welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're happy that you guys are here. We're happy that you guys are well. We did tell you this morning we were running out of tongue to continue to bring you guys a valid and credible information. Share the live wherever you're joining us from. And we spent part of the day in Bartica, folks, bringing you valid and credible information. You're going to want to see the start of the program. And folks, you're going to want to stay to the end as well. You're going to want to stay to the end of the program. So, folks, let's get the housekeeping out of the way very quickly. We don't want to keep you guys waiting any more than you've waited for us to start. So, share that live for us. Smash that emoji button as well, please, and thank you. We're ready for the opener, folks. We're ready for the opener. We did tell you guys that we were rushing off, heading out of town. We don't want to telegraph all of our moves so them boys do. Where we going? We were on the ground, folks, in Bartica. Lots of issues. A hurting family. People can't get the basic amenities in Bartica. Chanel Smith, Daniels, how are you doing, Chanel Smith? So, folks, we apologize. We know we're a tad bit late, not too much, but a tad bit late. That's because we rushed in. We didn't want to cancel the program. We wanted to ensure that you guys have the valid and credible information, folks, that you look forward to. That is what we wanted to make sure. And if this graphic would only come up, we will be better, folks. Yeah. Valid and credible information, folks. We're happy. Pam Halls and all the other folks joining us tonight. Share that live. Smash that emoji button, folks. And if you know our broadcast, you know where we're going next, folks. We got the opener set. And as I said, it's Bartica. One of the issues, good folks, plaguing the folks of Bartica, the good people of the Independent Republic of Bartica. Water woes. And you're going to want to hear what Councillor David Daniels had to say about the water situation in Bartica. Few and far in between things coming through the tap. Few and far in between. Folks, I bring to you one of the hard-working councillors in Bartica, David Daniels, talking to us about the water situation. Take a look, folks, and take a listen.
The issue with the water supply is Gaiwa directly. Yes, of course, we have reached out to the representative from the Gaiwa office in Region 7, and all we keep hearing is that they're fixing the issue. They're trying to fix the issue. They're fixing the issue next month, next week. And it gets to the point whereby residents are getting real frustrated with the service of Gaiwa because at the end of the month, Gaiwa send the bills to whoever is connected to them. We did raise this at the level of the RDC on numerous occasions. Every RDC sit-in, we raise it. At the last RDC sit-in, the representative there also made mention that they are working on it. But then the residents are fed up. They are fed up with the situation.
And this is a large swath of residents here in Bartica that are affected by this water situation. And is it no water, poor water supply, bad quality of water, or all the above?
Well, all of the above. Because, well, first of all, the township is being affected directly by Gaiwa. Then the most affected is the people in 4 Mile, 5 Mile area. They are the ones affected because the pump have to pump water to 4 miles and then relay, well, whatever system they use to go up to 5 Mile. And there's where the issue comes in. Well, the residents in 5 Mile, they are more heavily hit because the fire service at times will have to go and take water up to the resident of 5 Mile because, the water supply. And I just think this is just my opinion. I don't want nobody to get fired or anything. But there is an issue in central Georgetown. And Georgetown is the one who keep getting these complaints and are not rectifying these complaints because we go to the office. It's not that we want to see what was happening at the Gaiwa office here, but we know that is a Georgetown issue. Georgetown is supposed to ensure that when they are budgeting, that they allocate sufficient funds for Region 7 and the township, because I can't see that our region is the second largest region in the country, but yet our budgetary allocation is the second to last for the entire country. Like we go with the second largest and then the second to last budget, because there are other entities who are receiving much more funding than Region 7. And funding should come directly. More funding should come so that the water issue would be addressed and should be addressed, because for the past 4 years, we have received this issue over and over. If it's not, and then when the water do come, the water is terrible. When it come orange, it's come like tail and water. Orange, orange, orange. And then, not just that, you got to pay a bill at the end of the month because guy will come stick in the bill in your fence every day. So the residents are fed up. From the level of the RDC, I don't know what more we can do because it's getting frustrated.
And you have made a representation to Gaiwa that this is a matter that needs urgent attention. Is this a recent vintage? And give us a sense of maybe the typical day in terms of water supply, or maybe the typical week here. How does water flow here?
Well, the 4 miles area would normally get every other day. But for the past 10 days, for the past 8 to 10 days, the 4 mile area haven't been receiving water
At all.
at all, to my knowledge, because residents are complaining.
So, Councillor Daniels, this is the fastest growing economy in the world. We were recently designated high income country, largest GDP. And you tell me the areas that get water every other day?
Every other day. Every other day, that is the 4 to 5 mile area. That is what the representative explained to me. Because after the issue came in on rapid, people calling, people coming straight to your house and visit. Mr. Dan is what is happening. I reach out to the representative and they would indicate that there is a breakage in the main somewhere along the road. There's blackout issue. They are cleaning the tanks because there is sludge because they gotta clean the tank at times. But then I can't see 8 to 10 days no water inside 4 to 5 miles.
Mhm.
As much as I want to blame that particular individual, I know that is a central issue. Because at the level of the RDC, when you make the recommendation, I think that good gentleman forward that same information to Georgetown. I don't think he just carried it home and hide it on the bed. He sent it to Sheikh Bash in Georgetown. I think Sheikh Bash is, I will call his name because he's in charge for the country water supply. I will call his name. So I think Mr. Bash got to do a better job. If he can't do a better job, I think the honorable president should remove him. Because if we is the fastest growing economy, you got to put people in position who can manage the system. If not because you like that person, remove him, put somebody else.
But how does a government expect people should live? It's not even every other day now. It's more than that, as you said. It's 10 days now, and you don't have a consistent supply of water in our entire area. That's something else.
Yes, of course, it's unacceptable because at every level of the RDC, the regional aspect of who you could go to, whether you go to the regional chairman, that I did engage him and told him that what is happening inside of 4 mile, 5 mile area, whether the level of the mayor and town council, Mr. Murray, whether he's at the REO level, these issues are being ventilated there because the mayor was at the meeting, the REO was at the meeting. So this is what we explained to them. They said that the information would be forwarded to Georgetown, as what the representative of Gaiwa said. So this is a central issue. It is not now a local issue. It is an issue that should place right at the doorstep or the foot of Mr. Sheikh Bash, because he is the person who's supposed to manage the whole operation of Gaiwa around this country. And if you can supply 4 to 5 mile area with the water supply that is needed, we got the next housing scheme coming online. Well, then that's an issue in the making. I think better should be done. More should be done. I think more emphasis should be placed in the township of Bartica. And I think that Mr. Ali, President Ali, should look into Gaiwa management system, however that is. Whoever you got to send, I think there's the Honorable Minister Colin Cole. Go to Mr. Sheikh Bash. Shake up the office, little man. Or you shake up Mr. Sheikh Bash, because better should be done.
This area, 4 and 5 miles, is that captured under the municipality here?
Yes, there's capture under the municipality. Municipality stretched, I think, straight up to the 14 mile area.
And the municipality, if
Yeah.
I'm not forgetting, is controlled by the PPP. It's controlled by the People's Progressive Party. Isn't it?
Yes. It's controlled by the ruling party. And I know for sure that these same issues is raised at the level of the town council also. Because there are sitting councillor on the town council who sits at the RDC. And it's the same issue that is raised vice versa. Because as I explained, the mayor is be at the RDC meeting. So the mayor hear the issues because we just don't represent the region. Well, the town is part of the region, of course, and the mayors be there. So the mayor knows that what is happening within the township.
And yet, for the longest while, no relief from central government through the town council here, no relief through the region here, for Bartica on the whole, and in particular these folks from 5 miles.
Well,
Interesting.
the situation is terrible. Well, first I know that again, I'm not blaming the fire service people because I was told that they receive instruction that you have to pay for the water because fuel consumption with the vehicle. I know after reaching out to Miss Director Finance, we made some clarification to what is really happening. That residents are supposed to pay for water in 5 Mile area. I know.
But are they in fact paying for water there?
Well, after I know, I engaged Miss Finance, and Mr. Finance reached out to Mr. Minister Ben. That situation stopped. Well,
So hold on. So you learned that the fire service delivering water to 5 miles was selling water to the community?
well,
That was the allegation?
we heard that they had to make a contribution towards the fuel. I don't know how that works out when you have a budget and you're supposed to, it's a crazy thing. All I know for sure now is that that part has been rectified after I engaged Ms. Finance and Mr. Finance reached out to Minister Ben that water is going now more regular and the residents don't have to pay. So that is a plus in a sense. But then again, there's only so much the fire truck could supply because the amount of house when one fire truck go, you have to go real steady. That's the issue we're having up here. Terrible water supply. The coloration of the water is terrible. And it's something that from the regional standpoint, we have exhausted all options. The most we could do now is blame somebody. And I blame Mr. Sheikh Bash.
Yep, that's what he said, folks. That's what he said. That's again is the hard-working council there. David Daniels from the Regional Democratic Council there. Region 7. That's part one for the opener. Folks, you heard that? Y'all can hear me? You heard that? Rhonda, Daphne, Judith, we share the live yet. You're going to want to stay to the end of the program. I promise you, you're going to stay to the end. The fire service, this is how Ben's name was called. Everybody name calling. Sheikh Bash, Robeson Ben, because the fire service falls on the Robeson Ben, falls on him. His responsibility was taking water into 5 miles and selling the water. Let Margaret Haynes, you think you understand that or you understand it? Barbara Ralph, Linda, Anthony Higgins, Kim Walker, not Kim Walker. Orvin said, don't share. Kim Walker said, I hear you loud and clear. Lynn Fernandez, loud and clear. The fire service, what is not coming in this area, Every other day they usually receive water. 10 days plus, no water. The fire service taking water in there with the fire tender and selling it. You think you understand? You think you understand that? Folks, as we were in Bartica, we caught up with the Honorable Member of Parliament, Rita Finance, as well. Because her name get called it too. She called Robeson Ben, who then pulled back his men from selling the water. We caught up with the MP, Rita Finance. We asked her thoughts on this issue. Kwana Mingo, think you understand what happening here? Leon Blair, Asha Shireen, and y'all don't want to share the live? MP, Drita Finance. MP Finance, we are on the ground here with you in Bartica, and there are so many issues. I mean, you can take your pick, but let's talk, for instance, about this water problem and anything else you want to throw in there that Barticians having. Talk to us about that.
Well, good evening, guys. The water issue is one that has been plaguing Bartic for some time now. When I'm speaking specifically about the 4 mile and the 5 mile area because that's the area in which persons have not been receiving potable water, and the water that when it is received, it is of very poor quality altogether. Now, one would remember, and I'm speaking persons that are tuning in, listening to the program that actually reside in Bartica, particularly in 4 and 5 mile area, would remember that after the PP took office in 2020, the minister that's Colin Crowell and his team went up into the Patara Road and they had a meeting and they spoke, a lot of lofty things were promised. And in that, they said that persons would be getting water. I'm going to read the actual headline from Stabrook News. It said 5 Mile Bartica to finally get improved water supply. So the residents of 5 Mile Bartica can expect to access portable water in 3 months. Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, said on Thursday afternoon on a visit to the town. And this was reported in the Stabrook News, shared on the 5th of April, 2021. So one of the things that we're looking at from then to now, this is the 5th of April, 2021. There was another article I can refer to, 1st of December, 2021, that says that a $30 million booster pump is to arrive in 2 weeks for the residents of 5 Mile Region 7 to access potable water. We are now, this is July of 2024. There has been no relief to date when it comes to the water situation. And I want to make it clear that we have been talking about the PPP and their inability to plan effectively and efficiently. And this is another example of that. You have the example of Diamond and the access road to that area and so forth. When we're talking about the water supply and the lack thereof in these areas, we're basically referring to failure of the PPP administration once again in their planning process. You come and you plan, you open a housing scheme. At some point, don't you think that you will have to be making plans and provisions and budgetary allocations to make sure that there are sufficient pump systems and booster pump systems in place so that these areas would actually get proper water? 4 Mile was added. That did not happen. Then they went and added another scheme. 5 Mile was added. Yet they did not have any resolution to the water problem. Now they're talking about another scheme farther up. Shara, the PPP is not planning. They have never been engaged in any level of efficient planning whatsoever, and that is what we're looking at right now. And this is something that we keep underscoring every single time we have these conversations. They go out and they just, whatever's at the top of their head, they just put out there. I think there's a disconnect basically when they're speaking. One of the things that we have been mentioning, I can say I know that the council mentioned it at the level of the Bartica Regional Democratic Council, well, the Region 7 Regional Democratic Council, this matter was brought up. It was promised, oh, we will be dealing with it, oh, we are dealing with it, and all of those things. I myself, as a parliamentarian, brought this matter up at the level of the Parliamentary Sectorial Committee, that is the Economic Service Committee. Earlier in the year, a few months ago, Colin Crowell and his entire team attended to answer questions at the level of the Economic Committee there at Parliament. Sheikh Bash was there. When I brought the matter up, he got on his phone and he made a call to the local management in Bartica and he said, oh, well, we have a schedule system. In this oil producing Republic of Guyana, they want persons to be satisfied that they have a schedule that 4 Mile is going to get water one day, 5 Mile is going to get water another day. But guess what? Even that schedule does not play out. It does not work like that. And because the system that they have, the pump that they're using right about now, that pump have to be running for hours before it can build up to actually push water into those areas. Because anybody that knows Bartica would know that they're talking about a lot of hills, particularly when you're going into the Patara Road area. So persons are literally living in the 4 Mile areas without water for weeks sometimes on end. 5 Mile was no different. And we had a whole situation there with the fire service being asked to render assistance. There was a whole lot of claims that came to me directly when it comes to persons, the fire service actually selling water, $5,000 a tank. I took this matter to the level of the minister, that is Mr. Ben, and he did act. I give him credit for that. He did act and confronted the situation and so forth. Whether or not it's still happening, I can't say, but the calls and complaints that came to me on that matter has decreased significantly. That's what I can say about that part. But Sherrod, I went into GWI yesterday because we did not get water in 4 Mile for, it's going on to 2 weeks now of no water. I went into there. I was told that this morning at 6 a.m. I should expect to see water. I left home at 2 p.m. There was no water. I contacted the management again at the level of GWI in Bartica. They said when I called this afternoon, they said, oh, well, they had blackout now all day. So the current just come back on. So now we gonna have to wait until the tanks full back so that they can attempt to send water to the area. This is totally unacceptable. We have persons, and I can